Hi, folks. To my regular viewers, welcome back. And to my new viewers, welcome. This video is going to be just a hair longer than normal because I think this topic is so important we just can't just glaze over it. This is from ProjectVeritas.com. This is really important, folks. I know you don't think it affects you personally, but it does. It tells you how corrupt and how far down the rabbit hole our intelligence and law enforcement at the federal level has gone. Microsoft Corporation legal documents show Biden DOJ spying on Project Veritas journalists hides it from the federal court judge. Now, if you remember, Project Veritas James O'Keefe, he was raided a few months ago at his personal apartment, and several days prior to that, former and current Project Veritas journalists were also raided. One of those secret FISA court deals. And I remember when that first came out years ago, I was against it. But anyway, they seized a whole bunch of stuff, their phones, computer stuff. Well, the problem is right now, Project Veritas and the New York Times are in this huge lawsuit. And there was a lawyer, client, proprietary, privileged information. And it leaked out to the New York Times, who they're suing. The Justice Department, whether it be FBI, I don't know who, probably FBI, gave the information to the New York Times, leaked it to them. That, folks, is incredibly huge. And I'll give you the reason why I think the FBI is doing something so blatantly wrong as in raiding O'Keefe and his colleagues. But let's read on. Microsoft Corporation legal documents released Project Veritas revealed that President Biden's DOJ filed a series of secret warrants, orders, and a subpoena to surreptitiously collect privileged and constitutionally protected communications and contacts with 8 Project Veritas journalists from Microsoft Corporation. The Department of Justice then muzzled Microsoft in disclosing these orders via a series of secrecy orders signed by magistrates. We broke the law. We broke the Constitution of the United States. We went against our oath as employees of the Department of Justice, and we made you help us break the law, and you can't disclose that we made you help us break the law. It's in essence what it comes down to. The documents further reveal that DOJ then went behind the U.S. District Court judges Torres's back to obtain extensions on the gang orders on Microsoft from magistrate judges after Judge Torres ruled Project Veritas was entitled to journalistic privileges, which they are, clearly. Despite multiple opportunities to do so, the DOJ has not publicly disclosed the orders, warrants, or subpoenas to Judge Torres or Special Master Judge Barbara Jones, who was appointed by Judge Torres to protect Veritas' journalistic privileges. In essence, what a Special Master in this case is, the Special Master has people that sit down with the DOJ, and when they take information out of the phones and other electronic devices that they seized, they look at them first and take out the proprietary ones, i.e. with their lawyers and other things. But they didn't do it. So they just fed the information to the people they're suing. I would be like any of you football people out there. The night before the Super Bowl, the opposing team gets one team's entire playbook. Nice. That'd be a nice thing to have. The DOJ has not sought Judge Jones' approval to review Project Veritas materials as per federal judge order. The documents uncover a 16-month clandestine campaign against journalists in which the DOJ obtained 7 secret orders, warrants, and subpoenas from 6 magistrates within the Southern District of New York. And there you have it. There is where the main evil is. There is some of the main cancer in the Department of Justice. The Southern District of New York, i.e. New York City. I live in upstate New York, and I'm embarrassed to say I'm attached to these people, at least as a state resident. These are the ones that ran for public office saying we're going to put Donald Trump in jail and prevent him from running for president again. As a law enforcement person running for public office, you don't pick out somebody and say that. That's totally out of line. But they did it, and they won, of course, because guess what? It's New York. The attorney for Project Veritas fiercely opposed the actions from the DOJ, which he called an action of violence to the First Amendment. By the time they filed the motion to appoint a special master, the government already had the opportunity to review Project Veritas' journalistic and attorney-client privilege materials. Based on preliminary research data, the Southern District of New York appears to be in possession of nearly 150,000 documents they should not have. In addition to the emails, the Southern District of New York obtained over 1,000 contacts from journalists. They also have filed to disclose to Judge Torres or the special master. Now, that's the point I'm going to make here. That's what I think this is all about. The DOJ, the FBI could give a good damn about the New York Times in Project Veritas' lawsuit, where Veritas is suing the New York Times. They could give a damn. They're scared to death. And you know what they're scared of? They think one or more, I'll call them moles or whistleblowers for lack of a better word, are in the Department of Justice sending information about the illegal activities of the Department of Justice and the FBI. And they needed to find out who they were ASAP. They needed to plug that leak. This is just the tip of the iceberg. God knows what's below. As we all know, in the metaphor with iceberg, only a small portion appears above the water. God knows what else is in there that they've done to other people, agencies, corporations, individuals, political candidates. The list goes on and on. If they have one or more whistleblowers there, they are screwed. Screwed. Now let's take a look at even the ACLU, those pieces of garbage, what they say concerning this. And by the way, before I show you this, the ACLU hates Project Veritas' guts. So let's take a look. And here's a comment on allegations of federal law enforcement secretly accessing Project Veritas emails. Now, this is in the ACLU, who used to stand up for the Constitution, now that are so woke tards that they're just completely out of control. Even they say this is bad. And I quote, "We're concerned that the precedent set by this case could have serious consequences for press freedom." They underlined that sentence. "We're deeply troubled by reports the Department of Justice obtained secret electronic surveillance orders requiring sweeping disclosure of all content of communications associated with Project Veritas email accounts, including attorney-client communications. Compounding these concerns, the government expressed information about the existence of the electronic surveillance orders even after the investigation became public knowledge, and the district court appointed a special master to supervise prosecutors' access to Project Veritas sensitive materials. The government must immediately suspend its review of the materials obtained pursuant to its electronic surveillance orders and fully disclose the extent of its actions so the court can consider appropriate relief." That's pretty strongly worded, considering they hate Project Veritas' guts, literally. Folks, this is huge. Now, I'm not going to read the whole rest of this article. It just goes on and on to say how the DOJ and the FBI, now I'm going to scroll through it slowly. If you want to read it all, just stop the video as I scroll here. This just goes to show they knew that this was bad. They knew that getting all these secret warrants from magistrates unnamed secret courts. That's the end of the article there if you want to stop and read it. That would be a huge PR problem for them and probably broke many, many federal laws, unconstitutional laws, personal rights laws, a whole bunch of stuff. But they did it anyway because they consider that the lesser of two evils. Now, if they think that something this horrendous and this bad of a legal and public relations problem is way better than the alternative they thought would happen, what the hell have they done that they don't want you to know about? They are scared to death. And like a wounded, large, powerful animal, they're lashing out. They're trying to cover their tracks. I don't think it's mostly to do with the midterms this November, even though that's part of it. But they're afraid there's still some individuals in the Department of Justice that believed in the oath they took. And they see this illegal stuff going on for a long time at a level unprecedented, except for maybe Watergate, unprecedented. And they came and said, listen, my conscience, my affection for my country and my republic is too strong. I have to whistleblow. I have to tell. I have to be a mole to stop my country from dying of cancer slowly over time. Big republics, huge, just powerful nations like ours are never taken over by military means. They always rot from the inside. And maybe they found out who's doing the leaking. Maybe they didn't. I haven't heard anybody that's disappeared. We'll have to find out. Hopefully, I pray to God that they didn't find out who's leaking. And now that they've done this raid, maybe they will give the green light to more people in the DOJ, in the Southern District of New York especially, to finally leak out the legal stuff that's going on that's slowly but surely deteriorating this republic. Because they won't pull this again. This is a one-time shot for them. So maybe that'll give some confidence in others that took an oath, that believe in the republic. We'll have to see. This is bigger than anything. This is the biggest story in my lifetime, and I'm 65 years old as far as federal government goes. This makes Watergate look like a joke. Make no mistake. Project Veritas is at the tip of the sword. They may fail, and the FBI might cover all of this up. But that will only happen if we allow it. If we allow it. Until next time, goodbye and good luck.